Salutations, Marvelites, and welcome back to Tales from the Telly. Many fans of Marvel have been wondering what exactly are their plans for these new shows based in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. To bring you this information, we have been scrounging the internet to try and find the latest details as to what we can expect with this streaming service. Of course, the only way that we can really cover this would be to go into Endgame spoilers, so ye be warned. So if you haven't seen the film yet, please come back after you see it. Also, please like and subscribe to the video, and select the bell notification to receive any updates. Now let's do this. Please keep in mind that we will not be covering any new news regarding the Hulu Marvel series. Additionally, Netflix shows such as Jessica Jones, Punisher, Iron Fist, Daredevil, and Defenders will remain on Netflix. It is worth noting, though, that each of these shows are canceled and will not be seeing any new content, unfortunately. To begin, we have seen several new plots forming from Avengers Endgame, and using those details, we can begin to stitch together an idea as to what we can expect from those shows. Aside from Avengers Endgame only being available on Disney+, we can also expect the vast majority of the Marvel Cinematic Universe being available on the streaming service at a rather competitive price of $6.99 or $70 a year in the US, and will premiere on November 12th, 2019. The following shows that we detail won't be available right away, but will be part of Disney's 2-year production timeline for the streaming service. The only content available on day one of Disney+ will be 2 docuseries, which is Marvel's Hero Project and also Marvel's 616. The Hero Project will cover amazing stories of young heroes making a change in their own communities. The series will profile several children and their acts of bravery, which the show will celebrate them as heroes. The second series, which is a working title, Marvel 616, will be an anthology series exploring historical and cultural influences that inspired Marvel characters and story arcs. In late 2019 or the beginning of 2020, will be Falcon and the Winter Soldier. The series is being written and executive produced by Malcolm Spellman, who worked on Empire as a writer and co-executive producer. The series will see Anthony Mackie return as Falcon and also Sebastian Stan returning as the Winter Soldier. No other casting announcements have been made at this time. The 8-episode story details have yet to be revealed. However, we can piece together the current story trajectory for these two characters. At the end of Endgame, we see that Steve Rogers is passing the mantle as Cap to Sam Wilson. If you study Sam's reaction, you can see that he is hesitant to take the title, which the series will likely begin to address. The series will of course follow Spider-Man Far From Home, which is set to premiere on July 2nd, which will give us an idea of the overall state of Earth post the anti-Thanos snap. In the most recent trailer, you can see Spider-Man talking to Nick Fury looking for backup while he is in Europe. Nick Fury states in the trailer that there are no other heroes available at this time, which indicates then that Falcon is out of town or on his own mission, or is even out of contact with S.H.I.E.L.D. The overall state of the Marvel Cinematic Universe seems to indicate that the multiverse has been opened due to the events of Endgame. Overall, it's safe to say that the series will likely be following Falcon's transition into becoming the new Cap, as this has been covered in several comics before. If I were to speculate, however, I do not believe that this is a series that will be going back in time. If you listen to most interviews with the scriptwriters, and also with the Russo brothers, it is about the end of the series and moving on to new stories. There is nothing gained by going back in time during an era where Falcon and Bucky are with Captain America keeping a low profile, especially with Chris Evans now hanging up the shield for good, as he stated on his own Twitter account. Likely Steve Rogers will be staying around, but in his elderly state, acting more as an advisory role than an active role, which will likely result in recasting.
So does that mean that there's another world where we're going to see Chris Evans as Cap again?
I think Evans is done with the character. I think it's been a long road for him. And I think that that's Cap's story. It was a nice story, but you can imagine in your own head another Cap story that's taking place in that alternate timeline.
There have been several elderly renditions of Cap that can be found in comic form as well. Sticking within the first year of Disney+, an animated series will premiere after Falcon and Winter Soldier by the name of Marvel's What If. The series will be overseen by Kevin Feige, the president of Marvel Studios and the mastermind of the MCU saga. He's also helped produce almost every film in the Infinity War saga. The concept of the show will follow the same premise of the What If comics, and will cover how a different story would be if they changed particular plot points from already existing story arcs. A good example of this would be what if Captain America hadn't vanished after World War II? Specific details have not yet emerged as to what sort of what-if stories will emerge, but with a library of over 13 volumes available, There are a lot of potential stories that they can tell. Moving into the second year of planned material, Disney Plus will premiere WandaVision. The series will have Elizabeth Olsen reprising her role as the Scarlet Witch, and of course Paul Bettany as Vision. Details of the 6-episode season are scarce. However, during an interview with Variety, Olsen stated,
"There's quite a few other comic books that we're pulling from, and it's going to be Wanda and the Vision." And showed a photo of us in the 50s.
Details as the current state of Vision in the MCU are rather scarce, as Vision died in the Infinity War film. The details of their romance have been relatively off-screen, however. If we were to speculate, I doubt that we would see backtracking in the timeline similar to Falcon in the Winter Soldier series. Chances of bringing Vision back to life are always in the realm of possibility. Bruce Banner and Tony Stark did manufacture him using the Mind Infinity Stone, which is now destroyed, and of course Tony Stark is now dead. Sorry, spoilers once again. In Infinity War, we did, however, see Shuri and Wakanda try to help Vision remove the stone, so there's always a chance to see him return using one of these characters for the series. If we were to look back at an already existing comic series, it's rather apparent that they are attempting to do the Vision comic series from 2015 and 2016, which follows Vision's attempt to create an android family set in a 1950s style Virginia suburban life. The premise is pretty simple. Vision wants to be human, and to pursue that humanity, he realizes that the best way to achieve that is to make a family. This family next door story explores the subject as the complexities that Vision explores behind human emotions such as anger leading to a myriad of bizarre situations. Continuing in year 2, Tom Hiddleston will return to play Loki in 2020 for a 6-episode series. The series will be written and produced by Michael Waldron of Rick and Morty fame. Details on the series are scarce, but once again referring to Avengers Endgame, giving us an idea as to what they are planning to do with the character. At the very start of Infinity War, we see the death hands of Thanos, which leads us to believe that this specific Loki will not be making a return. In Endgame, however, you do see a moment in the film where the Avengers travel back in time to recover the Infinity Stones. While attempting to recover the Tesseract from the past, the Avengers mistake, the Tesseract falls out of its secure briefcase and slides to Loki while in captivity. Loki then takes the Tesseract and jumps away, eluding captivity from the Avengers, creating a new branching universe. Based on this information, we can surmise that the series will follow this Loki's journey after the Battle of New York. This version of Loki is much more malicious than the Loki that we have come to know in Ragnarok, which means we will be able to see firsthand his manipulative and rather cunning methods throughout the universe. It is also worth noting that Loki also has the ability to cross through the 9 realms without conventional means, allowing him to finagle himself into a myriad of different scenarios. Not much is really known at this time, only that we will be seeing a return to form as the mischievous Loki, instead of the cooperative Loki as seen in Thor Ragnarok. The final series, which doesn't have a release date yet, is Hawkeye, which will feature Jeremy Renner reprising his role. Variety has reported that the series will follow the transformation from Clint Barton as Hawkeye to his daughter Lila Barton, as played by Ava Rousseau. The season length will either be between 6 to 8 episodes. Turning for one last time to Avengers Endgame, at the very start of the film, you can see Clint is teaching Lila his archery technique, definitely leading the way for a handoff of the hero to a new era. After the Thanos snap in Infinity War, we discover that Clint has taken on a new identity as who mercilessly murders gangsters and murderers. The obvious change in character even gets discussed later on the planet of Vormir with Black Widow, discussing the terrible acts that he has done. If we were to look into previous comic arcs, Lila has not been mentioned before. Lila has not been mentioned to take over the Hawkeye banner. The Kate Bishop story arc definitely is similar to this, as she could be either taking the name or working alongside Hawkeye. That completes the Marvel portion of what we can expect for Disney Plus within the next 2 years. What are you most excited about? Is there anything else we missed? What Marvel characters would you love to see in a standalone series for? We would love to see you like and subscribe to this video, as it lets us know you would like to see more content like this. Would you like to see an episode entirely devoted to the Star Wars shows that will be offered on Disney Plus? Also, if you feel like really supporting us, please check out our Subscribe Star. We offer a wide range of perks, and it will help us continue to grow the channel. We're also on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Reddit, and Minds. This is Mike signing off. Thanks again for joining us. Goodbye.